Hello folks, well we have here an optimization. Customers actually sent two Thunderpole 3000s in, so what we'll do is we'll do the first one now, probably do another 10 sets in between, and then we'll do a second one which is a new set. So right, now they provide a cigarette lighter plug which isn't really helpful to us. Now we make a replacement power lead because of this. So what I'll do is to get one of our replacement power leads out, which we do to open ends. Here's the problem, brackets. So better put that back in the box. I'm looking at the clock, of course, as usual. It's Mrs. Thingy's shopping today. I need to do the front brake pads on the Almira. And the list goes on. So I'll get some parameters written down. See how well this one's working. Time since we did a Thunderpole, so I've forgotten the adjustments. He hasn't said whether he wants it 40 channel only or whether he wants it optimizing on the 80 channels, and he hasn't said whether he's going to use it FM only or whether he fancies a bit less range and use it AM. So get it powered up. Good. So I'll get the signal generator set up. And we'll start making notes. I don't know where all the clipboards have gone. I'll put loose as in not original box. So we're going to put an extra box there for channel 1 CPT. We're going to put an extra box there for AM mod. Switch picture in picture on. We're in the 3 watt range. We're on channel 20. And I don't appear to have got anything. Why is that? That's weird. Right, well, we're going to start with receive because it's not got any transmit. It's going through the... Right, we'll go to the synod meter and we'll play that game. As you know, there's no adjustment on these, so... Well, for receive I've got 0.41. The 10 dB 0.33, 20 dB 0.66, squelch to full. We've got ASQ, haven't we, on these as well? And it's a real auto one. I think it's digital. So full squelch. Is what? 5 millivolts, so it's higher than I would recommend, but it opens, which is better than some sets do, which never open. So we'll go to minimum squelch. Switch the signal generator to standby. Carefully set the squelch on the radio. Signal generator back on. 0.62. And now we'll do the same again, but this time with the auto squelch. Signal generator back on. It's 2.3. The meter on these is not calibratable. What we've got, S9 reading. Three minus that is 420 microvolts, so that would be what you call a lazy meter. And I don't want to do the RF meter because we don't know why there's no RF coming out. So that's as much as we can do without stripping it down and finding out what's happening. We'll plug it into my walkie-talkie, which we've got an adapter for. Right, so I'll plug a TNC adapter into our walkie-talkie, because just sometimes you think, surely that can't be right. Switch on and check transmit. Yeah, we've got transmit. So it is the radio with a fault. Well, he never mentioned that to me. They're supposed to be here for optimization. Yep, no transmit. Right, well, we better open it up then. I'll pause the video. Right, well, let's see what happens when we open it up. hoping there's like a melted inductor or something. But why would that happen? I think we'll disconnect everything and make stripping it down a bit easier. Take this subboard out. Right, next, that was an RS delivery. Why have we got all this debris in the bottom of the display? You can see that's been resoldered. Oh, here goes the phone. Well, I think we'll be coming to this back in a few hours. Okay, so back into record. We'll never strip one of these down this far. Taking the board off the heatsink. Basically got to pop the connector out and unsolder the aerial socket and the 3 pins for the regulator transistor there. So we've never seen this side of the board before. Anyway, the output transistor, which is, am I the wrong way round? The output transistor is there and underneath. I've taken it out, and if we look at it says short circuit on red and blue. So we'll swap it round just to prove it's not me in the probes. And it should now say short circuit on red and green. It does. So the output transistor is short circuit. So what is it? What is it? I can't see that. Oh, I can't see it. Let's get under this light. IRF530 That's going to be fun. I'll have to order one of those, aren't I? So, a couple of days later, well, yesterday we went over to Stockton, to Stockport, I'll get it right, to go and pick up a job lot of working radios we bought from Andy of Vintage Audio fame. Been dealing with him for 30 years. First time we've actually met in person, so that was nice. I wish I'd now taken the camcorder, because there's some really good views over those Pennines. But we'll have to have an excuse to go and see him again. He did talk to us on the CB. We could hear him from 14 miles away. I mean, it's touch and go, isn't it, at that range? And he heard us. He knew we were there from, say 12 miles back, and then he could converse with us probably from the kind of 6 miles you expect, but of course he's in the outskirts of a town on a housing estate. So there we go. So that was all good fun. Right, so meanwhile I showed you this transistor which I took out, so I'm going to put that back on the tester today. I don't think it's going to have got better. Short between blue and green. So I'm pleased that RS Components have got these, because obviously they're top whack price, but you know they're genuine and they're going to work. There's some kind of MOSFET. Trouble with this design is you can't really test it until you put it back together. There we go. Enhanced mode N-channel MOSFET. There we go. Well, that works. So we're going to have to kind of bend it exactly like the other one. So it's like the bends there. I expect the pliers are on the floor. There's backup pair there. The trouble is, I'd like to check the driver transistor, which is there, but I don't want to just change it willy-nilly. So the snag here is that we've got to put this back together to try it. You can't really test this in circuit because of all the other things. You know, you've got other things connected, haven't you? Just see whether we can hook round that, but we're going to get weird readings, I'm sure. So I hold that on the middle pin. Yeah, with 3-terminal bicolor LED. Yeah, right, okay. But I don't think it's faulty, because we are getting RF coming out of the radio, despite the short circuit. So this is what a Duff aerial does for you folks. So I need to just clean these holes up better. And, you know, we're back to this problem with the solder that they have to use. Just try adding some of our solder. Just about through there. I think what I'm going to do is get some small drill bits and just run them through that and actually drill it out. I'll go and do that. Okay, this is where I've just ordered a pin vise. We have a pin vise, which is what you need for doing this really. It's in the organ workshop, the one we've got. In the blue drawer in that cabinet. That doesn't help any of us, and I'm not going across there, so let's see. You can see what we've got here. Precision drills from 0.5mm to 2mm, and they have their uses, not just as drills, but as testing the diameter of holes. So that doesn't quite go through 1mm. This is the nicely cleaned out hole, so we'll go for 0.9. What I don't want to do is drill out the plating through. So that it goes through the not as well cleaned out one, and then the one which we haven't quite got. I'll probably do a video of booking in the radios we bought from Andy. I could get the board back out there. So I want to check the micro insulating washers in place. It is. We've got the nut and its insulating bush. So I need some heatsink compound. Again, this is RS stuff. I've just dropped the knot on the floor, the securing screw, sorry. That is really naughty. You know what, I know we've been in business for a long time, but I used to buy this stuff from Maplin's retail, because you get a little tiny 15 millilitre one, and it was more manageable than this massive great big syringe from RS. Okay, that's got a replacement one of those, so let's try and offer this up. I haven't got that cleared, have I? See whether that goes through. Oh well, that hung up before I got there. I think it's one of these phony loft insulation we're in your area robocall things. If they looked in my loft, it's insulated with tat after tat. Not quite. There's another one where we could run a drill bit through this, but don't think we've got the drill bits here. Just give it another go with the desoldering. Yeah, I'm satisfied we can get that in now, so I think we'll do this screw. Of course, that's not working out. So what went wrong there? Because it seemed to... I think it needs to be a longer screw. 6mm, not enough. See what happens when you lose the right screw? And that works fine. Let's just try that one. It's going to be a long video, isn't it? We've not even got the set put together. But it's the first time we've done one of these, so it's interesting to me. And you lot can all turn off if you're not interested. That needs to not be done like that, doesn't it? It needs to go in the hole first. That's nice and tight. So tighten that down. Notice we do that before, obviously we do that before the soldering, otherwise it would be straining it. I need to get this soldered into position because it just can't quite go in. We'll put some of the screws in first actually. I'm going to put the screen back, but I'm not going to solder it in. Right. Let's plug it into the test set. I'll put picture in picture on ready. Right, that's got all the connectors in. Power supply on. Well, it's still receiving. Especially if we have the signal range a bit closer. That'll do, mate. Microphone. Did I tell you the customer had a duff one of these and a working one of these, and he sent me the duff one, which was the one with the immaculate case, and it was the one with the duff case, which was covered in paint stripper, that was actually the working radio. Never mind. No output. Oh! I've not soldered the power regulator back in, have I? No wonder it's not doing anything. I hope this isn't zapped as well. You might just be able to get the pins onto that. Try and hold that one on. I expect we're going to have all the board out again. This has had that short circuit on it for some time. You can see why it would be faulty. Just see whether we can solder that. There's a bit of gap there. If I was doing this, if this was a proper job, I'd be closing that gap and soldering, but we'll let the solder bridge the gap at this point, with it being temporary. If it proves to work, which it won't, we'll improve it. This may end up being a part one if I've got to order something for that. I'm sure I saw on the circuit it's a BD something or other. Right, so unless it's some weird kind of device, we don't have any power now. Right, well, I'll take that out, and that's going to no doubt be the close of this. Oh, of course, I've got the heat compound all over the place. Where does that come from? Unbelievable. I'll just see whether we can get that out, whether the whole board has to come out. So I've got the fun of taking the board out again to do this. No, well, I'll tell you what, I'll look at the circuit and I'll see what it is, and chances are we're going to have to order it, so I'll just pause the video. Okay, well, we can wrap up this video. I've ordered that, and it's a 1 month lead time from RS Components. It's an MJE2955T, so it's part of the AM modulation thing, but I think that the way that works is that it's required on FM as the kind of power regulator. So there we go. And that's what often happens if you've got a short circuit transistor. Something else will also have been killed. So we'll put this in a bag. And we'll come back to it when a part comes. Sometimes they come quicker, sometimes they come slower. Is it one of those isolated ones? What are these? Oh yeah, it's a regulator IC for a Sony charger. Right. So that's it. Last thing you're going to see of that for a month. So I don't know what we're doing next, but it's going to be straight after this. We'll get on with it, and hopefully we'll have a working radio by the end of the day, which we can do a test on. I think I was going to do a taking all those radios out of the box video, which we got from Andy. So thank you for watching. Not repairing at this point the Thunderpole T3000.